take song requests. If you name that tune. What's that? Oh, I don't know. I got no sleep. Punch drunk, Zippy. Sorry, say again.
I said I would like to do the McDonald Stevenson.
Wait, which one?
That one.
Say again?
The McDonald Stevenson.
Yeah, I know, but how's it go? Ah. Close?
No.
But I think
All right.
you have their attention.
I'll work on it. Yep, we're just easing into it. Welcome to our wonderful staff of USBE board members and the public and stakeholders. Great to have you with us. Welcome to the regular USBE meeting for September 5th, 2024. Grateful as always to our Highway Patrol joining us. We've got Sergeant Ryan Gurney and Security Devin Booth. Case of emergency, got two exit doors out here to the right, and they go either way. So let us do a roll call and we'll get to business. Member Reel. Member Booth.
Here.
Member Bogus.
Here.
Member Klein.
Here.
Member Davis.
Here.
Member Green. Member Green is excused. She, I believe, won't be joining remotely. Member Carey.
Here.
Member Wood. Member Hymas is possibly remote.
Here.
He is
No,
here.
yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Member Lear.
Here.
Member Norton.
Here.
Member Straight.
Present.
Vice Chair Earl, I understand, will be joining us a little bit later. Vice Chair Hart.
Here.
And Member Moss is here. So we have a quorum and then some. Let us start with the Pledge of Allegiance. And you know what? I again forgot to request. How about Member Straight? Since I don't bug you enough, can I bug you for the pledge?
All rise. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. And first up is our board member message from Vice Chair Hart, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Good
floor is
morning.
yours.
This morning, I would like to. Actually, I'm
202.
reading a poem because I feel like when I was thinking about this for the last month, actually, a lot of different ideas went through my head. But at the end of the day, I think that we are missing. We can all use just a little bit of art and poetry to change to just give some perspective. There's a lot of noise and there's a lot of heat, and sometimes we can turn to art forms such as poetry to kind of put things in perspective. So this poem, I'm sure many of you have heard it, but it is a poem that I would have students memorize. And I memorized as a teacher when I had my students memorize it. However, that was years ago. So the poem is entitled Good Timber, and it's by Douglas Malloch, who is actually from Michigan, born in Muskegon, my home state. He actually wrote the Michigan State Song as well. He was in the timber industry, and his wife founded the National Federation of Press Women. So it's got a really interesting history. So, good timber, the tree that never had to fight for sun and sky and air and light, but stood out in the open plain and always got its share of rain, never became a forest king, but lived and died a scrubby thing. The man who never had to toil to gain and farm his patch of soil, who never had to win his share of sun and sky and light and air, never became a manly man, but lived and died as he began. Good timber does not grow with ease. The stronger wind, the stronger trees. The further sky, the greater length. The more the storm, the more the strength. By sun and cold, by rain and snow, in trees and men, good timbers grow. Where thickest lies the forest growth, we find the patriarchs of both, and they hold counsel with the stars, whose broken branches show the scars of many winds and much of strife. This is the common law of life. So you can see how, or you can imagine how middle schoolers would enjoy the poem. Of course, we had to talk about there was a time when men, the word men, referred to all people and not just men. But the reason I wanted to bring this up is to remind me and us what we're here to do, and that is to raise up and guide students and educate and show students how to, we teach standards, but we also make those standards real and show them what beauty there is in life. Now, I also wanted to take a minute, and this can be a little hard. I think we need to have a moment of silence for the students in Georgia, which is where I came from after Michigan. And what happened there has to stop. So I would like to offer a moment of silence for the people affected in Georgia and the families, please. Thank you. That town is much like a cross between Heber and Vernal. It is a small town. It is halfway between Atlanta and the University of Georgia. And it's a close-knit town. And the administration there, Principal AP had been there. This is their second year. They've been doing some really cool things and really has a really cool vibe there. And I just can't stop thinking about what we need to do to help our children and to help our families and to keep them all safe when they go to school, which should be the safest place they are ever. So as we go about our day, let's remember what we're here to do, and that is to keep students safe, but also show them that there is beauty in the world, even amongst ugliness. And may we go forth and do the good work that we're here to do. Thank you.
Thank you. We will turn to Kelsey James for our education highlight.
Thank you, Chair. Kelsey James, Board Communications Coordinator. At this time, I would like to welcome up some of our special guests, Quinn Kellis, who is our Educational Leadership Development Coordinator here at USBE. He has some wonderful people that he's going to introduce to you all, and take it away, Quinn.
Thank you, Kelsey. As I was just introduced, my name is Quinn Kellis, Leadership Development Coordinator, and Chair Moss, members of the board, Superintendent Dixon, thank you for this very special morning as we recognize some administrators in the state of Utah who have been identified as exemplary in their field. And to Vice Chair Hart's comments, we do have some extraordinary administrators, and every family can feel confident in sending their kids to schools with the amazing leadership that we have. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dwight Lydiard and Rhonda Bromley. Dwight will introduce the elementary administrators of the year, and Rhonda will introduce the secondary administrators of the year. So if Dwight and his administrators will come on up.
Thank you for this opportunity. I'm Dwight Lydiard. I'm the Executive Director of the Utah Elementary Principals Association. Today, I would like to introduce to you two of our superstars. We are going to recognize our 2024 Elementary Assistant Principal of the Year and our 2024 Elementary Principal of the Year. Do you have pictures? I just didn't know which order they were going to be in. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So we're going to start today with Veronica Holyoke, who is our Elementary Assistant Principal of the Year from the Jordan School District, currently at Bluffdale Elementary, but has spent the last few years at Oakcrest Elementary. And she really shined as someone who offered great support. She feels her role as an assistant is to just offer general support to the running of the school. She's done a lot of great work with student behaviors and also helped with special ed department. The one great thing is I'm going to do a little quote from her administrator that wrote a letter of recommendation, and he said, the best thing he could do was recognize and support and encourage her superpowers and then just stay out of her way. Veronica was honored this summer in July at our national NAESP, UAESP conference in Nashville, and she was recognized on stage at that time. So congratulations to Veronica. Rachel Alberts is from the Davis School District, currently at Sunburst Elementary, has also been the principal at Snowhorse Elementary. She's been an elementary principal for 10 years, and she played a vital role in opening Sunburst Elementary and has just some really unique things that happen at Sunburst. They established a model for teacher training and teacher preparation that's very innovative. Her school is very diverse, and they work hard to embrace that and support kids from all kinds of different situations. She truly believes in shared leadership, and biggest thing, and as you talk to people and as you read her letters of recommendation, building culture and making sure that school is a place where students, faculty, parents all feel supported is her greatest strength. Rachel will be honored in a few weeks in Washington, D.C. at a special black tie gala for the elementary principals throughout the nation. Thank you.
Hello. Like Quinn mentioned, my name's Rhonda Bromley. I'm the Executive Director of the UASSP, so I'm the secondary partner to Dwight at the elementary level. And I'm so excited to be here today to honor 3 of our amazing administrators. To start with, I just want to let you know that school is off to a great start at the secondary schools in Utah. Activities are happening, learning is happening in the classrooms. It's been a good start to the year. Unfortunately, the first week of school, we did lose 3 of our students at 3 different schools in Utah. And so just thank you for the continued focus on mental health and awareness and safety. I love what you said, Vice Chair, and our hearts go out to you and everyone in that community. But just thank you for a continued focus on that for both adults and students. Okay, so I'm excited to recognize we have high school level and middle level at the secondary level, and so we'll be recognizing a principal of the year at each level and then also an assistant principal of the year. And I'm excited because starting next year we'll have an assistant principal of the year at each level. So I'm prepping you for 4 people next year. It's going to be very exciting. So we're going to start with Melody Apesteguia. And Melody is the assistant principal at American Fork High School in Alpine School District. Melody's been in education for 32 years. 22 of those years were as a math teacher. Not just a math teacher, but an amazing math teacher. She won the George Shell Award for Excellence in Math Teaching, but she also won the award for Teacher of the Year for the state of Utah. So she's the first person that has won both Teacher of the Year and Administrator of the Year for Utah. So we're very proud of Melody. Melody has a focus on helping teachers when it comes to learning in the classroom. We all know that that's where the rubber meets the road, what's going on in the classroom, and Melody does such a good job helping teachers know how to help their students be successful. One of my favorite things to do when we honor our award winners at our state conference, and we appreciate Superintendent Dixon for being there, for helping honor them, but I love to surprise them at their schools and let them know that they won in front of their own school and faculty members and oftentimes students. And it was fun for me to do that with Melody because it was obvious that the teachers love her so much. They give her a standing ovation and we're so excited for her. We talk about continuous learning a lot in education, and she's a perfect example of that. She's constantly learning how to be better at her job, even though she's already fantastic. She has 2 master's degrees, one in curriculum and learning and then one in educational leadership, and she's currently getting her doctorate from the University of Utah. So we're so proud of Melody and just want to congratulate her. Our second recipient is Brian Stevenson, and Brian drove all the way from Washington County School District to be with us this morning. Thank you, and to your cute wife for being here with you as well. And Brian is such a great example of a leader of leaders. It was fun for me to learn how in Washington County School District, so many leaders look to Brian as a mentor and somebody that can help them be a better leader. Brian focuses on student learning, as all of our administrators do, but he really focuses on the role that all stakeholders make. We all play a role in that, and how do we support and help each other in our role when it comes to student learning. And Brian's been a great example of that. He was such a great administrator that Washington County had him open a middle school, Desert Hills Middle School, where he was for 11 years, and he did such a good job. They asked him to open another middle school, so Crimson Cliffs Middle School. Both of those schools have been nationally recognized, and they are both solution tree schools focusing on PLCs and community together. And when I had the opportunity to surprise Brian at his school, there were a lot of tears from a lot of people at the school. They love him. It was very obvious how they feel about him. I do still feel guilty. We surprised him one morning and we were all in the media center just waiting, and school was getting ready to start, and I had the media center coordinator call him on the radio and tell him there was an emergency in the media center. And I've never seen anybody, he came in just a sweating and just ready, and then we were all there, so it took him a minute to get his breath. But what I didn't know is that there really had been an emergency this spring before in the media center. And so I hope he forgives me. That wasn't a very good way, but it was just fun for all of the faculty and the staff to be there, and the tears that were there just showing their support and their love for Brian. We just appreciate his example and his mentorship for other administrators in the state. So congratulations, Brian Stevenson. Last of all, we have our high school principal of the year, Roger, our Bobby. Roger's from Park City High School in Park City School District. Roger started his career in Texas and then spent several years actually in Columbia teaching and as an administrator before he landed in Park City 7 years ago. And we're so lucky to have him there. It was fun for me when I arrived a little bit early and started talking to the students about him. Tell me about your principal. They were all just so anxious to tell me their interactions and funny things about Roger. It became very obvious so fast. He connects with his students so well. He knows all of their names. I've walked around his school with him on several different occasions, and he calls people by name. He definitely has a connection with his students. One of the amazing things among many that he has done since he's been principal, if you look at his AP rates, the students there know that they can take more rigorous classes than maybe they had in the past. And so more and more students are taking those higher level classes, AP classes, and able to pass those tests. He's very involved in his community. When you hang out with him in Park City, it's like you're with a celebrity. It's kind of fun to do. But recently, the police chief up in Park City awarded him with a community service award just because of all the things he does, not only in the school, but in the community as well. So we love and appreciate Roger and thank him for his representation as our high school principal of the year. Congratulations.
Before you go, Vice Chair Hart, yeah, I'm going to throw you right under the bus. She said, are we going to let him go without hearing anything from them? So, great question.
Yes.
Now listen, we appreciate hearing from you, hearing what makes you so unique and effective. And tonight we're going to the Teacher of the Year Award, so this is a heck of a fun day. We get to hear from the folks that are in there really standing out. But I mean, if there is anything that you wouldn't mind sharing your thought quickly, we got a full board here that's an open audience that we should be focusing on at the board level to bring out good leadership or serve the schools. Or did you have another question? I'm halfway throwing you under the bus. I'm jumping under there with you.
If you wanted to tell the board one thing in one sentence, what would it be?
There you go.
You
We-
can
we-
also
we would love to
pass
learn from
is
you.
is a complete sentence in a classroom.
I don't know if this is what you're, I'm not sure if this is what you're looking for, but as I was sitting here, I'm looking around at all the names. I'm kind of in educational I'm starstruck with Sid Dixon and Carol Lear. She doesn't know who I am, but I've heard you for ever. Tons of respect. Darren Nelson, who doesn't know me very well as well, but thank you for your support. Again, you don't know me, but you have. Yay! Look at that. And Sid Dixon, I have the greatest amount of respect for you, the things that you do. I'm now working with Darren, and I know nothing, and he's going to be a mentor for me, just so you know. Anyways, I love education so very much. I have so much respect for everyone involved in education because of the importance of the role that we play in shaping our kids' lives. So thank you so much. That was way more than a sentence. I apologize. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have similar things to say. One, thank you for your time and attention to the students in the state. Thank you for your continued support for the Teacher of the Year program and what that does for the teachers in the state. It helps in a space of mentorship, growth, and development in ways that are inexplicable. Woo, my words are not with me this morning. I very much appreciate what we are doing and the directions we're going, and would also reiterate what Rhonda said. If we can continue focusing on supports for our students in the social, mental, emotional spaces, that's a high demand and need right now. And just got a Safe UT tip while we were sitting here this morning. So it's something that's real, and that's something that's very much needed. And I know it's important to all of you, and just would want to say it's still a very high continued need. And thank you for your work and service.
Thank you.
You know, I'm from Park City, and people say, oh, well, Park City, of course, you know, everything's great, but we have a large population of our students that are from the service industry, and last year we were able to get 86% of our first-gen kiddos into college. So we are breaking generational poverty cycles with the help that everybody is providing. And we will continue to do that work. We hope to show off what we're doing to as many schools around the state so that they can see that encouraging high rigor classes to our students is possible, and you can continue to be successful with that. And thank you for everything that you guys do on a daily basis. We really, it makes a big difference down with this. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So I'm not from Utah. I'm from, I was born south of Buffalo, New York, went to high school in Boston, and then my family migrated north to Maine. And I'm just super grateful for the opportunity as a teacher, as a former teacher, for leadership opportunities for myself to grow, because where I come from, that does not exist because it's just so rural and so remote, and the districts are just gigantic in terms of area, but not in terms of student population. So for me personally, the opportunity when I moved here in 2012 to become a BYU intern facilitator and an instructional coach, and then to now be an assistant principal, future head principal maybe someday, it just means the world to me that you recognize that in the state of Utah. My husband and I call Utah the best kept secret in America. And this is one of the reasons why, because of the opportunities that I've personally had. So I just thank you for that. And I also reiterate everything about the social emotional, putting assistant principals in elementary schools. Oh my gosh, you've just changed Jordan District, and counselors now has been also so important. So the work that you're doing and the state is doing is just incredible. So thanks for all of that.
Thank you.
I think the best way for me to sum up how I feel about how fortunate I am to have 28 years in the most important, impactful profession, and what we get back from that. Last spring, I was on the playground with some kindergarten students, hanging out with kindergarten students, which is pure joy in itself. And one of them looked at me and said, "Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And I said, well, I wanted to be a teacher, and I became a teacher, and then I wanted to be a different type of teacher, so I became a principal. And he said, yeah, but I mean, what do you want to be when you grow up for reals? And, you know, I thought about that, and the answer is I always want to be an educator, because there's truly no other profession, and I'm passionate about this, where there's so much energy and goodness that comes from such a collective, expansive group of people working for the best cause out there, the well-being of our students. And that being said, as mentioned before, nothing we do and nothing we can accomplish, we know this in general, but especially in education, can't be done without the collective efforts of everybody and the people who have influenced me, the students, the teachers. My area director took time out of her busy schedule to come today, and Tracy Robbins has been a phenomenal mentor to me. The support we get just all of the way around from you, from our local board, from our local communities, it's energizing, and it's just reminds me every day of how lucky we are to be where we are. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you all. Sorry to put you on the spot, but you're what it's all about, and so we're grateful to have your input and guidance, and thank you all for joining us. All right, is that back to Kelsey? Do we have? We are covered. Okay, on to our employee recognition. Superintendent Dixon?
Thank you. I know everybody's going out to get pictures, so yeah.
Do we want to pause
I'm
for a
on.
sec?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we've got board members out getting pictures, so.
Maybe just pause for a sec. We can take a... Yeah?
Yeah.
Can always pause. Yeah, there.
Yeah, if we could pause for maybe 7
Crack
minutes,
open?
that would be great.
Sure.
Okay, it's on. Okay, board
Got it.
members. I always love this day. I so love celebrating our building administrators and our teachers and employees. So it's educators. Sometimes they're the worst to, get to pay attention. Okay. First, I want to give a shout out to all of our employees. I think our employees can relate to this. Whenever I run into somebody, they will say, "Oh, have you just had the best summer off? Have you enjoyed your summer? And now that school's starting again, you can get busy." I don't know if any of our employees in the audience or listening feel that way. I hear it all the time. And I just have to take a pause, understanding and giving grace that not everyone understands the life of what it takes to work at USBE. So I want to give a shout out to all of our employees, first of all, for all the efforts that they've put in to helping our educators lean in to their own personal growth. We have had so many wonderful learning opportunities sponsored by our office. And I'm going to talk about our Employee of the Month, who's had a big role to play in all of that. But all of our employees have really been engaged in not only their own learning, but creating learning opportunities for educators throughout the state. And to be with teachers all summer has just been the best. And I so appreciate the leadership our employees provide. So today I get to introduce you to somebody who is just phenomenal. And I want to give a shout out to her team, her STEM team, who are here to support her. So Coordinator Nathan Ock, if you would have your team stand and be recognized. This is our amazing USBE STEM team, all here to support Alicia. Thank you. All right, Alicia, this is all about you. So if you'll go stand at the podium so we can just see you turn shades of red. I know, she is nervous because she hates being in the limelight, which is one of the reasons she was chosen. So I want to introduce you to Alicia Mormon, and she is, she works with his STEM team, and Nathan Ock, coordinator, wrote this beautiful, beautiful tribute to her. So I'll just pop out some highlights. She is really known for her collaboration, support, and organizational skills. And so she provided leadership with the logistics of the Personalized Competency-Based Leadership Summit or Learning Summit. And we had, I think, over 500 people attend that. And we've had rave reviews. And that was in large part due to Alicia's organization and facilitation. She has collaborated and facilitated many projects. She helped her colleague, Teresa Hartvickson, who was fairly new and picking up some of the load when some team members were on maternity leave. And I love what Nate said about she has just been exemplary since the moment she started with us back in November of 2022, but especially this year. She's been integral to the huge body of work with personalized competency-based learning that was accomplished this year. Again, not just planning the logistics for a big event, but we've been out on a lot of site visits, and by we, I mean the awesome PCBL team and others. And she has really helped not only coordinate those, but then giving feedback and drafting summaries around the feedback that we received about the site visits, and then brainstormed with Nate to think about how they could make the process better. She presented this year to multiple audiences, including an 80-person teaching and learning team and over 60 educators that attend the curriculum directors meeting on topics related to efficiency and feedback. She's thoughtful and capable, but also brave, frequently being willing to give feedback to her leaders when she identifies ways in which the STEM team or community can improve. She's become a great leader among the teaching and learning support staff team, often identifying innovative solutions to vexing problems. She's growth-minded, setting her goals in ways that help her grow, but also including products that will be a resource for all staff members. And I concur with Nate, who said there's just no one more deserving of this honor than you, Alicia. So thank you for your incredible support of all of your colleagues, for being willing to lean in and be a leader. We really appreciate you on a daily basis. Thank you, Alicia, and congratulations. And you don't have to give a speech, so you're good. You're safe. Unless Chair Moss calls on you. So thanks, Alicia. Okay. Back to you, Chair Moss.
Thank you, Alicia, very much for all you do and your leadership. And